Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today we are going to be doing a fall look, and this is what I have come up with and I've created. It is in olive green, browns. I will be switching the lip color. I will be doing two different tones, something more daytime and then something more dramatic for the nighttime, or depending if you have different occasions you can use either or, and you can switch them out and it'll be like a nude color, and then this is more of a blood, I guess blood violet tones that made this look just come together for the fall. So a little bit more dramatic, so I wanted to share this. It's a simple look, not too hard. The only thing I would say is just the eyeliner. That would probably take a little longer than usual, but other than that, it's just my first video for the fall, and I hope that you guys are excited as I am, because here in Arizona, our fall is very short. Everywhere right now, everybody's already wearing the long sleeves and everything, but here we are still blooming with our summer. It looks like the sun does not want to leave us, so it is pretty hot still. If you guys want to see how to create this look, then just keep on watching. Thank you so much for your guys' support and everything that you do for me just by viewing my videos. Don't forget to like and subscribe before you go, and I will see you guys on my next video. Bye. Alright guys, so for this tutorial I'm going to go ahead and do the voiceover just to go a little quicker, and there was like so much noise in my house, so I had to do this for this video. But let's get started. So I already did my eyebrows, and I did use the e.l.f. brow cream in medium brown, and now I'm just trying to figure out what to do, what to start, what kind of palette to use. It's always a hard part. But I already put on my primer on my lids to start off the base. So for the primer, I'm using the Essence Eyeshadow base. It doesn't have a color. I think it's only one that they carry, so that's the one that I used. But then I will be using just a bone color base to set that and have it ready for our shadow. For this look, we're going to use the Morphe Kathleen Lights palette, and I will be using the color that I'm showing there was like a brown tone color as my transition color, and we will add this on to our crease. And doing the windshield motions, we're going to go back and forth and doing so, and we're going to repeat this for a while until I can see that color coming through a little bit. This is a very light color, so I had to go back and forth and use it a lot as my transition. And since we're not going to use many colors, I wanted to make sure that this color would be able to be seen once the look was done. If I don't mention a lot of the things, I will make sure to comment them on the comment box below. In case I missed anything, you will have it down there. It might look messy at the beginning, especially through the corners of the eye, but we will clean that out as soon as we are done with the look, and we're going to do our wing liner. So don't worry about that part. We'll make sure it is perfect towards the end. And Samuel woke up at his nap, so they came by and said hi. Moving on, we're going to go ahead and use another color. We're going to use the color at the bottom next to the black, which is like a, looks like a yellow, very toned out, mustardy color. I just wanted to use a different base to see if it would pop out. But as you can see throughout the look, you'll be able to notice that it doesn't really show much. So I kept trying to add it, but it didn't either. It was just, I guess, too light for it. But I still kept using it to see if it could give it some more dimension, and I used it in the corner of the eye and then a little bit towards the crease, and you can see it and all as I'm doing it. And I'm just packing it in the corner with the flat brush, and then moving it up towards, working it up towards the top of my crease. And like I said, don't worry about it looking messy right now. Just keep packing the color. As I finished using that mustardy color, I added the more brown tone color of the palette, which is a darker, and I used the same type of format, which was packing it in the corner with the flat brush and then moving it towards the crease. I wanted to add this and make it a little darker since the mustard color didn't show. And then I just kept adding a little bit more browns to make it more fall look, and I used the Morphe palette. I believe it was the 25A, and I showed the little brown color that I used. And then the same idea, I went back again and just packed it in the corner and just tried to drag it as much as possible to the crease so we could add a little bit more depth and darkness to the look. And now moving on, I'm going to go ahead and use just concealer to add on to the corner of the lid so that when we add that olive color, it'll pop out more. For some reason, the olive green in the palette doesn't show as much, so I wanted to see if with the concealer it would give it more of a base to make it brighter, and it did help it a little bit. So you can notice it here. I'm just adding the olive color with a small brush, and I'm packing it in small portions so that there's not a lot of fallout. And we'll do this until I cover the whole entire area that I put on concealer. And now to clean that up, I'm going to go ahead and use a fluffy brush just to make sure that there is no harsh lines and blend all that out so that the green doesn't look like you just placed it there. It seems more smooth, and just no product in my brush, just using what I have on my actual lid right now just to make everything come together. And now after that, I am actually adding a little bit more of the brown in the corner with a pencil brush and just adding a little bit more of the brown, and you can start seeing that it does look a little bit more of the mustardy, so I started to add a little bit more brown. That same brown we used from the Morphe palette, and just packing it in there. Finish adding the colors, I'm going to go ahead and clean that corner that we mentioned earlier, and I'm just going to do this with a makeup wipe remover and just kind of make it straight. Don't go all the way up. That way when we do add the eyeliner, it'll be on top of that and we can finish cleaning it up. So moving on to the eyeliner, I'm going to be using the NYX black eyeliner, and I will attempt to do my eyeliner and take forever to do this part because I really need to concentrate. So we're going to go ahead and fast forward to this part since it takes me forever. Now that I finished my eyeliner, I popped on my lashes and I used the Koko Lashes-Amore. We will move on to our face. For my primer, I will be using the Rimmel London Stay Matte Mattifying Primer. I will be using this to help control my pores, make my face smooth, and make sure that my makeup lasts longer. And I believe that this primer is really good, especially from the drugstore, and it does help with all those areas that I need to cover up. And now that I added that in all the areas that I needed it, I will be putting on the Mario Badescu Skincare Facial Spray to set all that in place and make my face a little bit more refreshing. I will be using the Milani 2-in-1 foundation for this look. I believe I am in the shade. I am 5 Warm Beige, and I usually try to use this shade throughout, you know, when the temperatures cool off, which is not very cool right now, but it usually lasts me a little longer. And since I am an oily skin, it wears out pretty good and it's full coverage. So I really love this foundation, and I mentioned it before in my videos. And now I will be using my Damp Beauty sponge and adding it all over my face, and you've seen me a million times, so let's go ahead and skip this part and move on to our concealer. And I'll be using the Fit Me from Maybelline in the shade 20 Sand Sable, and I will add this under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, the top of my forehead, and this will be highlighting and also covering those dark circles and making our look come together. let's move on to our contouring, and I'll be using the LA Pro Conceal in the shade Toast. I'll be using this on the cheekbone and my forehead, on the side of my forehead, and a little bit in my nose. And I will try not to add a lot on this because it is a very dark color, and then a lot does come out along. A little bit does go a long way, so when trying to blend it out, if you do add too much, you will notice the patchy strokes instead of a concealed contour. And I will be using my sponge to blend that out and make sure that it all comes together. Now that we're done doing all the contouring and blending, I'm going to go ahead and set my concealer in my face. And I will be using the NYC Smooth Skin Loose Face Powder. And I will add it on under my eyes, everywhere where I basically put that concealer. I am going to bake. I normally always bake just because my skin is very oily. So I always have to do this to make sure that it sets it and controls my oils a little bit longer than just the usual. If you have dry skin, I would just add it on just regularly. And then to set my contour, I will be using the NYC Smooth Skin Bronzing Face Powder in 720 Sunny to set my contour. I will do it in the same areas where I contour, which are my cheeks, forehead, everywhere. And just add the warmth color to my face. And now I'm going to go ahead and use the shimmery pearl color from the palette to add under my brow bone to make that pop and make it all come together. And then just take off all the powder excess from my face, and just use a big fluffy brush to do this, and just take it all off so we can add our highlighter and our blush. And for that, I will, well, actually, before we move on to that part, we're going to finish our under eyes, and I will be using the same eyeshadows. We'll start off with the lightest color and move our way up to the darkest color, and I will start with a bigger fluffy brush, and once I add the darkest colors, I will use more of a pencil flat brush so that it is closer to my eye. And just to tie our look for the eyes, I'm going to go ahead and add black eyeliner, and I'll be using the Avon black eyeliner to do this. I will also add on my mascara, and I'll be using the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. This is a great mascara. I love it. It does definitely give you that volume you want, and I really recommend it. And after I've moved on with that, I will be doing my blush, and I'll be using the LA Girl blush in the color Just Peachy. And now we're going to be highlighting, and I will be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow and Precious Petals to add that on and get that glow in our face that we're looking for. And after we are done adding our highlighting, make sure we use another fluffy brush to go ahead and blend all that out, and it does not look very harsh. Now I will be adding my first lip color, which will be the NYX Lingerie in the Ruffle Trim shade. This is a matte finish, so it will last you throughout the day. I have tested it before, and it does last you a long time. I will use this as my daytime look color, I guess you can say. It is a very nude, and it ties up the color very well, so it makes it look perfect for the daytime. Now for my second lip color, I will be using the Wet n Wild Megalast Liquid Catsuit in the shade Video Vixen. This is more of a violet red tone, dark tone color, so it would be perfect for the night, or if you just wanted to make the look more dark, this would be the perfect match to go with the eyes. And just with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my first fall look of the season, and I made sure to use all drugstore items so that you guys would be able to purchase them. Thank you guys again, and I will see you guys on my next video.